common issue that a lot of people face when trying to attempt a fitness journey is their friends, family, or work colleagues sabotaging their progress. And I don't mean the fact that they're probably like putting olive oil in your coffee or something like that. I mean it from a mere psychological, mental, or behavioural perspective. So on the one hand, you've probably got friends or family members that don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. I.e., I coach somebody whose friends actually bring over treats even though this person doesn't actually want them. There was a point which she said that she went to a restaurant and her friend offered her a high caloric coffee with whipped cream, marshmallows, biscuit on top, etc, etc. And this member of my team said, no, I'm okay, I don't want that, to which their friend ended up still bringing this thing over. Now this team member that I've got is actually really, really lovely. She doesn't like saying no to people, even though that is an issue in and of itself, but she didn't want to just, chuck it away and not drink it because her friend spent money on bringing it over. Now, in my opinion, that's kind of like walking into a restaurant, asking for a steak, and then that restaurant coming over with beans on toast. They're bringing over something which you didn't want. You actually asked for something different. In this example, my team member actually asked for a Diet Coke, to which her friend then brought over a high caloric coffee. So she asked for one thing and her friend brought over another thing, which is fucking wild. Now, in and of itself, in isolation, this coffee probably didn't do much to hinder her fat loss progress. But over the course of the week, if this continues to happen, then obviously that can become a problem. Those 300 calories in that high caloric coffee may well have been something which she wanted to save these calories for something in the future. Those 300 calories might have been for a planned meal out or a planned drink of wine, for example, at night. But her friend actually sabotaged this progress, whether or not that was willingly or unwillingly, by bringing over this high caloric coffee, despite the fact that my team member asked for a Diet Coke. If this is the case, then it simply comes down to the fact that your friends or family members who are actively doing this probably don't understand exactly why you're doing what you're doing. They probably think that you say no to the high caloric coffee or the high caloric meal or the treat because you don't want to be rude, you just want to be polite, even though you're actually doing it for another reason entirely, i.e. because you're trying to conserve your calories and you're trying to make an active effort in order to lose weight. So what you need to do is you just need to sit them down and you need to tell them exactly the journey that you're on, the things that you're trying to do, and why exactly bringing over this treat, despite the fact that you didn't want it, may well hinder your progress in the long term. And if you sit them down and tell them, listen, I'm trying to conserve my calories, I want a glass of wine tonight, and because I'm trying to be supportive and more manageable of my calories, because I'm trying to lose weight, then bringing over this coffee really isn't going to help me. They'll understand, and then they'll remember not to do that in the future. They'll respect your wishes, and they'll respect exactly why you're doing what you're doing, rather than just thinking that you're doing it to be polite. Now, the second way in which friends, family members, or work colleagues can sabotage your progress is by putting you down. I've experienced this before. I've experienced it when friends or family members have put me down for going to the gym as much as I have, or refusing a certain item of food because I wanted to conserve my calories, for example. They've turned around to me and been like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, you're fine as you are. Or you're definitely not going to keep that up because you always try and keep everything up, but you just don't give in. Or why are you trying to keep that up? Because you're ultimately going to fail. Now, the technical term for this is a dick move, because these people are just trying to sabotage your fat loss journey or your fitness journey for the sole purpose of being awkward. If they understand why you're doing it and they're not respecting you for doing it, and also if they are actively not trying to motivate you and support you through this journey that you're on, then more often than not, it comes down to the fact that they most likely feel a little bit shit about their own lack of progress. Because ultimately, if they see a friend who is making progress and feeling happier, then they probably want to bring you down to their level. My teacher used to say something, and I'm going to use it right now. They are dimming your flame in order to make theirs look equal or bigger, because they are so self-conscious about their own lack of progress. Ultimately, they're taking out them frustrations on you by trying to make you feel as shit. And these are the people that you either need to step away from or discuss in detail why you're doing what you need to do. You need to instead find a community of people or a certain select number of people who do support you in your journey. People you meet at the gym, people you meet at work who respect what you're doing and potentially even do it themselves. Because ultimately, if you hang around with 5 people who are all trying to achieve similar goals to you, then you are going to be the 6th person that succeeds. If you hang around with 5 people who are putting you down, who are giving you shit, who are buying things for you which you don't want, who are trying to sabotage your progress, then ultimately you're going to try and adopt them behaviours and them habits that these people do, and you're going to be the sixth person that sabotages your own progress because of it. So all in all, the main things that you need to focus on are communication with your friends, family members, etc., who are doing this shit to you. And secondly, try and find a community or a select number of people who have a mindset similar to yourself, in that they're trying to work on themselves and they're trying to be a better version. Because if you have a community of people that you can talk to, that you can discuss to, that you can celebrate wins with, and who can motivate you along the way, you're going to be more likely to succeed. And you're not going to take the shitty comments that other people make to you into consideration, because they don't matter. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a like. If you've got any questions, make sure that you comment below, because I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And if you want to catch any more content like this, then make sure that you're either following my Instagram at k.p_health or subscribe to this channel. Peace.